Welcome everybody. Here with you speaking today about a very important issue. And let me preface this issue by giving you a surprising statistic given by the CDC. The CDC states that teen drivers ages 16 to 19 years old are nearly 3 times more likely than drivers aged 20 years and older to be in a fatal car accident. In order to reduce this statistic, I believe that we need to keep younger and experienced drivers off of the road until they are experienced enough to not pose such a risk to everyone else. We can do this, we can attempt to do this by contacting your state government any way that you can, be it a telephone call, an email, or even a visit to your capital if you're in the area. You would need to contact them and encourage them. Let them know how strongly you feel about raising the legal age limit to drive a motor vehicle to the age of 18. This is a very serious issue. Maturity and attitude are one of the most important factors of operating a vehicle, and that's what a lot of these new 16-year-old drivers lack, is the maturity and the responsibility to operate a vehicle safely. According to the CDC, in 2011, about 2,650 teenagers in the United States alone, ages 16 to 19 years of age, were killed. Almost 292,000 were treated in emergency departments for injuries suffered in these vehicle crashes. These young drivers are unaware of the seriousness that they take on when they step behind the wheel of the vehicle, not just for their own self, but for everyone else on the road. They can underestimate factors and risks that more experienced drivers have seen or dealt with before or been taught to handle before. So with that being said, to give them the time that they need and the training that they need, we would need to raise that minimum age limit to 18 years old and give them a couple more years to get some safety, some technique, and some experience under their belt. You will need to contact your state government. And with the government involvement brings safer roads, not just for the teenagers who are no longer going to be in as many accidents, killing themselves or others. That saves you, your family, your loved one from being in an accident that could have been prevented had the driver been more experienced. This time period, or this extended time period, would also allow them to further educate themselves behind the wheel of a vehicle. When you're 15 years old, here in the state of Georgia, you can receive a provisionary license, or what they call a learner's license, a period where you're learning how to operate a vehicle. There are stiffer rules and regulations as far as the time of day that you can operate a vehicle, who can and can't be in the car, and of course there's always adult supervision required, somebody over the age of 25 years. According to the parent portal of the CDC website, the main cause of these crashes is inexperience. So this longer provisionary period would reduce some of that risk and allow them to get some more experience. Also, parental involvement, or community involvement rather. You may not have kids, you may have kids of your own. It's a very important issue. So let your other friends know, let other parents know how important it is not only to educate their teens, but to go to their state government, and get this movement going, so that we can make the roads a safer place for our kids and ourselves. With that being said, we really would like to get this minimum age to 18 years to allow room for education, some maturity, some responsibility, to reduce risk in these younger drivers. This push for legislation, the time period that allows the growth of maturity, the education. We could also push for driver's education to even further the education. If the parents aren't able to teach them the way that they would like to, would aid us in resolving this issue. So in closing, by raising the legal age to operate a motor vehicle to 18, I believe and hope that you would too, that will allow these young drivers to make the road a safer place, not just for themselves, but for you as well. Thank you.